Okay guys, I'm going to go to market for Emma in the squad. Looking for help on the US tech. It's pretty much ready to go to market now. In and around where we are. We're looking for a 20 odd pip target, maybe 25. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a sell order in on this. Now this particular market is a little bit lethal. So I'm going to size down on it. Simply because if it runs away, it's a little bit naughty. Okay. So I'm at £2.50 on this. So it's like not even a quarter of a lot. Okay. And I'm wanting to follow the candles up. Now we're going to target into this area, but let's have a look at this trade. Now we've got this in place. There are certain things I need to be very aware of, which is one of the reasons why I'm sizing down. Even on a 15-minute chart, this can run a hell of a long way back up to here. Okay, so I've got to be careful of this swing point and that. So I'm going to have to stage, if I need to, into this black line. If it breaks that, well, it's coming all the way up here, and then I've got a real problem on my hands. So at the moment, I'm not overly fussed. I just want to get the price higher. So let's have a little look at the makeup of the chart. Start on your hourlies. What we can see is there's this massive run here, and it's rolling over into it. But what kind of concerns me to a degree is it hasn't been to the high yet, which is here and here, off this run. So this might be just a short-term pullback for it to go back to this black line. If it is, and I'm on the wrong side of it, again, I've got a problem that I need to resolve. So that's the first thing. But the next part of it is, this hasn't locked in fully yet, but I can see signs that it's coming down from that area into here. So its overall target to watch is going to be that one there. Okay. Now, just turn that blue. I'm going to make a slight adjustment with the order. So let me just flick that back a second. As you can see, that's closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that onto the body of there. The higher I can get this up, the better. But I'm also staying away from the price somewhat because I don't really want to get caught in it. But I'm not changing the target either. Okay. So the target becomes easier to achieve, and I'm actually just working the candles to suit. Okay, so just move that back. So that's our overall view. And then as you can see, all these fibs kind of line up with higher time frames. Now, if we take this out to 4 hours, just so you can see this in its view, this gives you a different kettle of fish. Now, if that's a reversal, it's going to look at this, and then it's going to look at that. Big move, scary. If it's a continuation of this downward move, then that was just an overextended pullback into these levels, and then it'll carry on down and eventually get down to here. Okay? Not to worry. But this is bigger time frame thinking, and it can take a long time for this to play out. So in the meantime, you're working the waves in the middle. All right? Let's take a quick glance at the daily. Well, the daily's showing signs to the downside as well. So back to the hour. I'm quite happy to sell this. And for this next hour, sort of through to about 11 o'clock, I'm looking to get about 25 pips out of it. If I can do that, all well and good. And then I'll reevaluate and I'll go again between that level and this level. Right, we're into market. So now it's just a case of manage the trade. And we're either going to manage it into a loss or a profit. But it's all pre-planned. I can see exactly where it's going. I know how much I roughly want. Now, what I can do as well is I can go, right, okay, well, there's the last move. What's it running into? Well, it's pivoting on the 50%. So its next logical safe area is the 61, which is here. Set the target just in front of it, which is there, 25 pips. Size down to allow for the noise of this market. and then just play it out. So I think everything is about right. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys, I need to go in a meeting in 10 minutes. Just pull my diary up just so you can kind of see. So there we are. Got a meeting. I have them most days at the moment. Trying to help the guys as best I can before the end of the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this running in the background. It's not scary in the slightest. And one of the reasons why I size down is because if it does move against you, the movement of the candles doesn't look that big, but their actual pip count is. So you've got to be a bit careful with it. Okay, I've got my madness in so I can keep an eye on it in the background. And I'll come back to you when I've done. Now, the meeting's normally about an hour to an hour and a half, maybe it's a bit longer. So this has a chance to have played out by the time we come back. But you know the premise of the trade. I've told you what we're doing. I've got the extra positions in if I need them, which I'm going to scale it up to here. And then I'll have to sort of think about what's going on when it gets to the swing point. And the idea is to get down onto that. Okay, catch you soon.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, guys, I'm back. An order's just crashed out. Looks like we're coming in for a second order coming in now. So where are we at? So that's 50 quid. We're going to close that ticket off because it's already down at the bottom. So we'll get rid of that. And then there you are, 120's gone in. And this one's about to come out right now, which we pretty much going to take it out. Come on, down you come. It's just a wee second. And then we'll see that cash out. Ideally, it wants to be, well, if I can do 70 quid, I'd be happy, but it's pulling away at the moment. Okay, so it was lovely speaking to Andre. A little salute to you, my kid. Had a good chat. I hope a lot of things made sense for you. But look at this. All right. It's tittled around a little bit over the last sort of hour and a half, bouncing in and around this level. It's now deciding that it's coming through and it's pushing down into an area of attraction. Now, that area of attraction is here. Now, it's trying to get through on the spread, but it's not dead in the water just yet. So let's kind of take it down a little bit. Get rid of my little markers. All right. So it actually came right onto it and then stalled, which is a bit of a bugger. All right. All right. Now I've got a question. Do you kill it? Do you hold it? We've had it a little while. It's pushing now. What we'll do is we'll let it get down to roughly 60 quid maybe, and then we'll close it out. Because I don't want to give the money back. That's one of the main issues here. So just flick that over onto a bigger version of me so we can see it. Okay. Come on, come on. Because I've got to deal with Winky in a minute. She's had a nightmare in the shop. There's a shocker. Shopping. She's having a nightmare. But no doubt she'll have a go at me. So we'll see what happens with her. Come on. Don't you just hate it when this happens? You're waiting desperately for... Well, there we go. It's popped in. Excellent. So that's another 62. So I can kind of live with that. All right. So that's like 182 quid out of this trade. And the premise never changed. It stayed the same all the way through it. And we just make certain. So they are 182 tickets out, nothing. I'm happy. Could it run further down? Yeah. But it's given me exactly what I needed it to give me. In other words, I targeted it appropriately. Now, I can hold these things if I wish. But the problem is when you start holding onto trades, it then becomes a wing and a prayer, not a plan. And everything you do should be planned. You plan your entry point. You plan where your exit point is. Now, that exit is either going to be negative or positive. Now, I was actually quite right to target where it was because it's pulling away again. All right? So why go through that anguish? I've been paid. And that's the essence of trading, guys. Get in, get out, get paid. So if you've liked it, do smash the like button, share it to your friends. Be lovely to see the channel grow. And always comment. I reply to every single one personally. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.